Oh yeah, that looks like raft porn to me. But let's go back and start from the beginning. After making a quick design in SketchUp for the boat, I had to do some calculations to see if 10 drums will actually enough to support all the weight. So here's a list with all the materials the boat is made of, and gives us a total of 430 kilogram for the boat. 10 drums create a total buoyancy of 2000 kilogram, but with a load of 2 tons, the drums would be completely submerged underwater. We don't want that. I think it's best if maximum half of the drums are being submerged. So we divide the 2000 kilogram by 2, which gives us a total of 1000 kilogram that drums can hold easily. We subtract the boat weight of 430 kilogram from the 1000 kilogram, and that gives us the additional load capacity of the boat, which is 570 kilogram. That's around 6 people or more than 50 crates of beer, if that makes more sense to you. These numbers, they look fine to me. Now we know what we need, let's do some shopping. A barrel reseller was just in the next town, and they even clean them for you. That was a 5-hour truck ride and a 1-hour boat ride. Wood comes directly from the forest on the other side. Planks made from chainsaws. Not really German style, but the next sawmill is 2 hours away. Strong wood was not available, but stop complaining and start building. You see the slow progress from the growing bushes here in the time lapse. I just didn't have enough time. And it got even worse, and I broke my collarbone, which kind of stopped the boat progress for a few months actually. So this is the status where I left it. After I came back from a trip from Germany, I was finally able to continue and added the barrels, as you can see here. For better stability and protection, I added the angle iron on the drums. It just makes sense to me, and I wonder why nobody else does it. This simple illustration shows what I'm trying to do with the angle iron. I closed the lid from each barrel in a cold night, and during the day they actually expand because of the sun and the resulting expanding warm air. They actually expand a few centimeters and press against each other quite nicely. Most people use stripes from drums to connect the drums onto the frame, but these barrels are not cheap here in Indonesia, so I decided to go with plastic rope and a trucker's hitch. Worked great. As you can see, the wood changed its color from pretty to ugly. Using linseed oil as a preservative was the wrong choice. Steel corner brackets are hard to find in Indonesia, so I had to go with wood and bolts. I wasn't so happy about it and afraid that it will flex open in bigger waves, but let's see about that. Now the whole construction weighs around 180 kilogram, so without the decking it's still possible to bring it into the water. So the plan is to flip it over, put it into the water and install the decking when it's in the water, otherwise the boat would be too heavy. It seemed a bit difficult for 2 people, and it was more easy than expected actually. Voila, it holds. Next, launch the boat. Finally, the big day. With the help of some friends it was easy peasy. Even though it was a windy day, we managed to get it done, added my old electric trolling motor and sank the mooring block, which I made from concrete a few weeks earlier. Looking good. Time to get another batch of wood and make the ugly wood pretty for the deck. Next on the to-do list, decking. Planks made with a chainsaw didn't make that job easy, but it worked well enough for our first test ride. Why not adding a windsurfing sail if we have one? Done. I borrowed a 2-stroke engine from a friend, as you can hear that, but there's no way I'm gonna keep that on the boat. The raft survived its first party and my first night on it. And even in medium-sized waves, it behaved quite nicely. The deck even stayed dry the whole fight. Yes, it also works in smooth weather. Awesome, right? Time to make some improvements. The ugly side of not finishing the boat on land is that you have to do it in the water. Here I'm finishing up making storage space, which will be holding 4 waterproof plastic containers. But since I'm already in the water, let's do a quick tour. I was actually planning to make a sailing raft and put a mast on it. That's why I installed this metal extension. But I decided to go solar, and that metal extension doesn't hurt for sure. Yes, I know this gap between the first and the second barrel is too big, and I'm going to address that. I already have a few solutions in my mind. That's part of the next video. The front of the boat is not finished yet, as you can see. I'm still unsure which direction I will go, but I think I will just extend the decking further until to the front. Also, that will be part of the next video. Let's check out the new storage room. One plank is still missing, the door doesn't have hinges, and I don't have the proper sized plastic boxes yet, as you can see. The diverters do a good job and cut through the water nicely, but as you can see, the lip at the edge of the barrel gives me trouble and needs to be addressed to reach higher speeds. It seems the gaps between the other barrels don't hurt that much, but there's a fix too, and I will try a few options. One of the biggest mistakes I made was not adding diverters at the back. This turbulent water at the back drags the boat down quite a lot, I think. Another thing that might introduce a lot of drag are the wooden ski planks I added for protection during launch underneath. These skis are actually still connected, and I think I will gain more speed when I remove them. Unfortunately, I was wrong, and after removing them, I could not measure any speed improvements. I guess I will modify them a bit and put them back on. More protection and buoyancy can't hurt. I'm using a 480 watt motor right now, which brings the boat up to 5 kilometers per hour. I can run it for 2 hours with this 1000 watt hour battery. If I add another battery in parallel, I will have 24 volt, and that gives me 1200 watts according to the trolling motor manual. I'm excited to try that one out. Also in the next video, hopefully. Speaking of the engine, I almost forgot to show you the setup. Let's check it out. I've got 3 100 watt solar panels which run through the EP Ever into the battery or directly to the motor. And I also built this small PCB which sends charging data over Wi-Fi to my server. I just love data and beautiful graphs, so that came in handy. But before I end this video, let's do the cost calculations. $723, that sounds alright to me. But what about the motor stuff? 1853, holy moly. The motor setup cost more than the whole boat. Maybe I should have gone with the sail option actually. But the sail option wouldn't give me the freedom to build a roof on the boat, and even with the sail I would need a motor. 2-stroke outboards won't be much cheaper anyway, and then I have to buy benzene. I have to deal with the noise and the maintenance. Let's just compare it quickly again. Oh yeah, no more complaints. the electric solution is totally worth it. Plus, I'm environmental friendly. So what is next? I will do some speed improvements, reducing the drag of the barrels, building a roof on it, testing the 24-volt system, adding a small sail in front. There are so many options, but you will know with the second video.